Assalamu alaikum, this is Salehin Kadir. Welcome you to News at 10 on BTV, BTV World and BTV Chattogram. Very good morning. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has directed the authorities concerned to build a museum at Bhanga in Faridpur to demonstrate the equipment used in the Podda Bridge. State Minister for Planning Dr. Shamsul Alam said this at a briefing after a meeting of Executive Committee of the National Economic Council (ECNIC) yesterday. He says the Prime Minister has expressed eagerness to take photograph with all the people involved in the construction of the Podda Bridge. Earlier, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina presided over the ECNIC meeting, joining virtually from the Gana Bhavan. The meeting has approved 10 projects at a cost of 10,855 crore and 60 lakh taka. The approved projects include upgradation of the portion of Nolka-Shirajganj-Saidabad Regional Highway into 4 lanes, while other portion will be turned into 2 lanes. Construction of a link road from Bogra town to Medical College project, Goripur, Anandaganj, Madhupur, Diwanganj Bazaar District Highway Development Project under Kishorganj Road Division. Construction of the Goma Bridge over Rangameta River on Borishal's Lakshmi Pasha Dumki Road project, reconstruction of Diraishalla portion of Madanpur, Diraishalla Jol Shukha, Amiriganj Highway project, construction of fire service and civil defense stations in 25 Upazila headquarters. Modernization of power distribution smart grids phase 1 project, temple-based children and mass education activities 6th phase project, building of Rajshahi Medical University project, modernization and capacity enhancement of BREB network Dhaka Mymensingh division project. Now Podda Bridge issue.
सात कोटी मानुष के दबा रखते पारबो ना।
The much-awaited Podda Bridge will reduce distance with the capital Dhaka from Borishal and Khulna divisions and save the time and cost. On Dhaka-Borishal route, Podda Bridge will decrease 86 kilometers distance and will also save 3 to 4 hours. On Dhaka-Khulna route, after opening of the Podda Bridge, the distance will decrease 188 kilometers from existing 394 kilometers. The short distance will save 2 to 3 hours in transport cost. Besides, Podda Bridge will decrease 10 to 86 kilometers distance from Gopalganj, Shariatpur, Mudaripur, Pirajpur, Patuakhali, Norail and Kuakata. Bangladesh, which was once called a bottomless basket by Henry Kissinger, now emerged into a role model of development in the world. Members of Parliament said this while taking part at the general discussion on the proposed budget for 2022-23 fiscal year. Earlier yesterday afternoon, sitting of the Parliament started with Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary in the chair. At the beginning of the House, question and answer session was placed on table. Meanwhile, the members of Parliament, while taking part at the general discussion on the proposed budget, said Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has turned Bangladesh into a middle-income country. They said Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has been working to take the country ahead in a planned manner. While taking part at the general discussion over proposed budget, the members of Parliament uttered that now nobody can engage in corruption if he even wants to do so. The members of Parliament said when the countrymen are going to witness the inauguration of the Podda Bridge, at the time the fire incidents at container depot and on rail carriages should be investigated. Among others, members of Parliament Sabir Hussain Chaudhary, Aromad Datta, Mustafizur Rahman, Safir Zaman Shikhar, Mohammad Habib-e Millat, Ramesh Chandra Sen, Mohammad Iqbal Hussain, Mohammad Muzaffar Hussain, Mohammad Abdus Sobhan Mia, Mohammad Jahidur Rahman, Nizamuddin Ahmed, Mohammad Amirul Alam Milan, Shamim Haider Patwari, Shafiqul Islam Shimo and Anwarul Abidin Khan also took part at the discussion over the proposed budget. Mohammad Shamsul Haq Tukku conducted the Sanshad session as a speaker after the Maghrib prayer. The House will sit again tomorrow afternoon. Voting in Comilla City Corporation elections began this morning. Earlier, the Election Commission has completed all preparations to hold the polling smoothly. The voting started at 8 a.m. and will continue till 4 p.m. without any break. 5 candidates, including Awami League nominated Arafanul Haq Rifat and Monirul Haq Shakku as an independent candidate, are contesting for the mayor post. Besides, 110 candidates are contesting for the general councillors in 27 wards, while 36 candidates are contesting for the reserved 9 councillors. 229,920 voters will give their verdict to choose the representatives. Information and Broadcasting Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said the directives of the Election Commission to a member of the Parliament to leave his locality centering the Kumila city polls is an interference in fundamental rights. He said this responding to queries from journalists after a program at a National Press Club yesterday. The program was organized by the Quantum Foundation, marking World Blood Donor Day. Dr. Hassan Mahmood said if anyone breaks the Electoral Code of Conduct, measures could be taken in different ways, but directives to leave the locality go against fundamental rights.
যিনি ওই এলাকার সংসদ সদস্য, ওই এলাকার স্থায়ী বাসিন্দা, যিনি ওই সিটি কর্পোরেশন নির্বাচনে ভোটার, তাকে কি নির্বাচন কমিশন এলাকা ছাড়ার কথা বলতে পারে কিনা? এটি কি তার মৌলিক অধিকারের উপর হস্তক্ষেপ নয়? তাহলে তো ঢাকা শহরে যখন সিটি কর্পোরেশন নির্বাচন হবে, তখন তো ঢাকা শহর থেকে নির্বাচিত সব সংসদ সদস্যকে ঢাকা ছেড়ে চলে যেতে হবে। তা তো বিষয় নয়। এখানে আমি মনে করি যে এইভাবে তাকে এলাকা ছাড়ার নির্দেশ দিয়ে তার মৌলিক অধিকারের উপর হস্তক্ষেপ করা হয়েছে। তিনি যাতে কোনো নির্বাচনী প্রচারণা কিংবা নির্বাচনী কর্মকাণ্ডে অংশগ্রহণ না করে সেটি নির্দেশনা অবশ্যই থাকা বাঞ্ছনীয়, এবং সেটি তিনি করলে পরে অন্য শাস্তিমূলক ব্যবস্থা হতে পারে, কিন্তু এলাকা ছেড়ে যেতে হবে এটি দুনিয়ার কোথাও নাই।
At the program, Dr. Hassan Mahmood said government is working to build a human state along with infrastructure development.
বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যা জননেত্রী শেখ হাসিনার লক্ষ্য হচ্ছে একটি উন্নত রাষ্ট্র গঠনের পাশাপাশি একটি সামাজিক কল্যাণ রাষ্ট্র প্রতিষ্ঠা করা বা একটি মানবিক রাষ্ট্র প্রতিষ্ঠা করা। মানবিক রাষ্ট্র প্রতিষ্ঠা করতে হলে পরে মানবিকতার বিকাশ প্রয়োজন। যারা মানবিকতা প্রদর্শন করে, মানবিক কাজ করে, তাদের প্রশংসা প্রয়োজন। সেই মানবিক কাজের প্রচার প্রয়োজন আছে, তাহলে অন্যরা উৎসাহিত হবে।
Advisor of the Quantum Foundation, Professor Dr. Nizamuddin presided over the program. Chief Coordinator of Sheikh Hasina National Burn and Plastic Surgery Institute, Dr. Samantha Lal Sain, among others, spoke on the occasion. Bangladesh yesterday reported 162 coronavirus positive cases in the past 24 hours. Directorate General of Health Services (DGHS) sources said Bangladesh reported 3.56% COVID-19 positive cases as 4,552 samples were tested in the last 24 hours. During the past 24 hours, the combined figure of coronavirus infection in Dhaka city and upazilas of the district is 149. While no COVID-19 death was reported during the period. Now international news. The East Ukraine city of Severodonetsk is now largely under Russian control after fierce fighting. The Luhansk governor discloses Russian forces are now in control of 80% of Severodonetsk. Ukraine forces have been pushed to the industrial outskirts of the city because of the scorched earth method and heavy artillery the Russians are using, he said. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said Ukrainian forces are suffering painful losses in the eastern town of Severodonetsk and the Kharkiv region. President Zelensky acknowledged his country does not have modern anti-missile systems at a sufficient level yet and needs such weapons most right now. Ukraine's Deputy Defense Minister Anna Malyar said Kyiv had received just 10% of the weapons it requested. Meanwhile, Russia urges Ukrainian fighters at Azot plant to surrender. Russia's defense ministry said it offered Ukrainian fighters sheltering in the Azot chemical plant in the eastern Ukrainian town of Severodonetsk the chance to surrender on June 15. Russia said it would open a humanitarian corridor today to allow civilians to leave the plant and urged Ukrainian fighters to stop their senseless resistance and lay down their arms at the same time. The humanitarian corridor will be in place between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Moscow time today, the defense ministry said, adding the evacuees would be transported to the city of Stavato in the separatist-held region of Luhansk. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. We request you to follow the health guidelines. Please wear mask and stay safe. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.